Hello and welcome to NewFilmmakers Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. My name is Danny DeLillo. We're here at the South Park Center and I'm delighted to be reunited with Frank with his web series Open to It with episode 8. Let's take a look at the clip.
We've already all made out together. It's not a will they or won't they, it's a will they or will they harder.
Let's set some ground rules. Make sure we're always on the same page. Like the Obama.
Mother always told me life is a parade. So
I just want you to have all the hot gay sex that you were denied in college.
Wait. Hi, Greg.
But if I see him solo,
It's not cheating.
Is it that guy we saw come over the other night? Is he single?
Why would you be asking that?
I trust us.
I'm fired due to love or whatever.
Why are the dumb ones always so pretty and hung like centaurs?
I'm not dumb. I am hung.
The safe word is yes.
Not that hard.
name one guy who's hotter.
You.
Homosexual crisis.
I'm off stage watching my life happen to me as some porny play.
Or musical. Because you're gay.
I just want to make sure you know what you're doing.
Maybe we should just go back to how things were.
We love each other.
Thank you so much, Frank. We get to finally do this in person.
I know, finally, yeah.
Third film with us, so you're like, a triple alumni right now.
That is true, and it's a show about threesomes, so third time's the charm.
Amazing. Frank, we know how much we love you, and we know how much we love your work, and it was so vibrant to experience that with you yesterday. Open to it, we've been, I was gonna say pleasured, is that the right word? We've been pleasured into sharing your wonderful web series with us. This is episode 8, okay? So tell us a little bit about what goes on with Open to It, but also with this particular episode.
Absolutely. So you can catch up on season 1 at opentoitseries.com. That's opentoitseries.com. Follow us on social at opentoitseries. So in season 1, we have a main couple, Cam and Greg, who are like experimenting with an open relationship for the first time. It's silly, it's sexy, they make mistakes. Their third, Princeton, is having a moment of self-actualization where he's like, is this what I want or do I need something for myself? And then the lesbian neighbors next door, Elsa and Reggie, are like, this seems messy, but also kind of fun. Should we do this? And that's how we enter season 2.
Honestly, like this series is so bingey. Like it's like literally you watch them all in one go. And it's so nice because the character, you're so, by the way, Frank, I love seeing you on camera. You were so good, like
Thank
seriously,
you, I
like
appreciate
it's,
that.
and your whole, I mean, goodness me, every single person just is like got such a vibrant character. Like it's amazing. You know, I think this is also like, you know, aside from being this like comedy and, you know, and it's dramatic at times, it also is refreshing to kind of have this like, kind of this central figure about topics that maybe we're kind of too afraid to talk about. Where did this inspiration come for you in sort of taking this idea into a film and, you know, in this particular episode, the kind of topics that we go through, because there's some really important things in this episode that I think should, you know, something that's very important, I think, not just for your project, but also for the industry itself.
Yeah, thank you. So I think with this series in particular, I've been inspired by a number of queer web series like Hunting Season, The Outs, and East Siders that were just very forward and frank in their portrayal of, you know, gay people's sex lives, because that wasn't something I saw a lot. Even when watching Hunting Season in particular, I remember being so floored by it because I was like, this is like watching Sex in the City, but with queer people, and I'm not used to seeing that. So with Open to It, I feel like polyamory is one of the like next frontiers because it's still often portrayed as like this apocalyptic heavy thing where it's like, oh, well, this is the death knell of the relationship, instead of like, it can be, sure, but it can also be this like fun thing that couples try and communicate about and that actually accentuates their relationship. And with this episode in particular, that theme is especially appropriate of how do we make this work in a helpful, like, exciting way, because the main couple has a love interest played by Jared DeBusk of Netflix's Dahmer, who, he doesn't die in this, don't worry.
Yes.
And he's very, he's just so charming and sweet, and he happens to be deaf. So the main couple who's hearing has to figure out, like, how are we gonna make this work when we don't communicate in exactly the same way? And that just reinforces what I wanna share all along of, like, you find a way, you work at it, and it can be sweet and sexy.
It was such a beautiful scene between the three of you. Like, I was just enthralled, just all of you, I mean, brilliantly acted, but also just, it was nice to kind of see things articulate in a very sort of like loving way, but in a loving with kindness way, and like just navigating, but also seeing connection, even though maybe communication's different, connection was there and was growing, which is so beautiful. I still, like, you know, what's so amazing, Frank, to me is that as a queer person, like, being scared to death, like when a guy would kiss another guy on camera and with my family sitting there, to then being able to jump to where you've taken us, like, I mean, wow, right? Like, how does it feel to put this out there? What's the kind of response and experience been like? Because, you know, you're taking us to the next level.
Yeah, I'm so in it now that I don't always pause to think about moments like this, but what came to mind right away when you were saying that was I remember watching this gay Mormon movie called Latter Days about this Mormon man who realizes he's gay and like finds his love. And I watched that in my bedroom, and when I heard my parents' car pulling in, I would click it off right away.
Yeah.
Like I literally had the URL written down, not even saved, because I was like, I don't want them to see it. And so it's just, you know, I do reflect on that occasionally of like, people may be consuming this show that way. Like in Canada, when it airs, it's on at like 4 a.m. sometimes. So just always being, I don't know, grateful that I get to do this, honestly. There are moments where like production is frustrating and you have to remember like, I get to do this. Yeah. And then I get to share this, and hopefully people get to receive this and feel less alone than maybe you and I felt at times.
Yeah, well, you made me feel less alone. I'm still getting used to the idea of it just being there on screen, but it's also so great because, you know, just beyond the queer community, to make this like universal, like natural, like, you know, and I think I'm so just proud of you for always just orchestrating, you know, just storytelling. What is it like? Listen, I mean, you've had a ball making this web series, I'm sure, but like, you know, being part of, you know, leading this, you know, whole series, like, what are you learning from each episode? What have you learned from the first season to the next season? Like, how has it been for you, this experience for you?
Well, I think I can remember the first time I screened this for family and friends and was hearing people like gasp at some of my characters' actions. I was like, oh, I'm the villain. Got it. So I think from season 1 to 2, what people will see is I sort of take like an Orange is the New Black approach where I'm like kind of Taylor Schilling, and it's like I scale myself back a little bit. I'm like, let's share the ensemble with everybody more. Yeah. And that's been one of the best parts of the show. Like in the first few episodes, we only had 5 speaking parts, including myself. And of course, Laganja speaks and is amazing. So actually 7, fine. Yeah. So 7 people in the first 3 episodes, and in the Pride special, which is coming out on June 4th, Tuesday, as of this recording, we have 24 speaking parts, which is crazy, and a number of them in drag. So it's just really amazing to see like how it's grown over time and how many more people we get to showcase. And nothing makes me happier than like having a discovery of someone and being like, you're amazing. I can't wait to keep working with you. Like in this episode, Jasper, the love interest character's professor, she just came in and blew me away in the audition and was so funny in her first episode with just 1 or 2 lines that I like bring her back all the time, because I'm like, it's just funny to have her like end up in spaces she's not supposed to. Like in the end of season 2, she shows up at the naked pool party because she accidentally gets an invite and is just kind of like, the guys here are so hot, I love it.
Oh my God. So this is like a show that's actually expanded, which is amazing, because it's like with every series, you know how the first season, then when you get to more seasons, you just see the kind of community, the stories, the budget growing, which is amazing. Like, so you obviously is where we get up to on June 4th, okay? So, you know, is there plans for more seasons? Like, where are you kind of at with the series at the moment?
Yeah, one thing I'm conceiving right now, because we had so much fun making the Pride special, and I'm anticipating people enjoying it, I hope, I really like it, is wanting to do a Pride special for season 2 as well. I'm not quite sure what the concept would be yet. I'm like circling around a Pride parade, maybe like competing 2 dates to the prom of like the guys are showing up at Jasper's party, then Princeton's party, or like a musical. So it depends on, as always, what the budget is. But we were very fortunate with this Pride special to have participation from brand sponsors who brought it to life, and I'm super grateful for, so I'm hopeful something like that can happen, and then season 3 and beyond.
Amazing. Well, listen, I can't underestimate how much hard work goes into making a web series. Like, it's a lot of work. Okay, we've seen 3 now. I'm looking forward to you bringing the 4th one to us as well. But let me just ask you this: like, any advice for anyone making a web series? What do you have, Frank?
Run away. No, just the opposite, actually. You can do it.
Yeah.
It's so easy to talk yourself out of it and to say, like, oh, but the money, but the time, but you just kind of need to give yourself the yes. I think that's what, honestly, this all came from. I'd been working on a kids' TV show where I felt like they were telling me, like, don't include queer characters, don't include storylines like this, don't. And I was like, I'm tired of all the don'ts. And so, like, it is not always easy, but when you surround yourself with a team who sees it the way you do and who really enjoys participating, and I can honestly say, like, my friendship circle has evolved from doing this project, so it's impacted my life in every way imaginable, and, like, just keep telling yourself yes, and you can make it happen.
We love you, Frank. Thank you so much. Like, thank you for being here. Hopefully you're going to keep making films for us and bringing more to us, right? Please.
You won't be able to get rid of me. And
Okay,
the next interview will be
good.
like, Frank, stop making films.
No,
We get it.
never, never, never. And just thank you for being a trailblazer. And, you know, without people making stories like yourself and the whole of everyone from yesterday, you know, we wouldn't be where we are today. So I appreciate you.
Thank you. And just so the audience knows, we even in this episode included heterosexual romance because straight people deserve to be included too. That's
true.
what we do on Open
That's
to
true.
It.
Yeah, inclusivity for all, exactly. Frank, everybody, thank you so much. You can catch Open to It at
OpenToItSeries.com. That's OpenToItSeries.com. And follow us on social at OpenToItSeries.
Thank you, Frank. Thanks very much.